sorry, rest in peace. The actor of Black Panther, they say he is like your generation's Denzel. So if you understand who Denzel was to our generation, then you will understand what Cindy Portier meant to Denzel, and it kind of trickles down.
You want to put Michael B. Jordan in that?
No. Because how about who?
The role he's playing now, the new role.
Yeah, but no. Yes, but listen.
Yeah.
So, like I just told Dea, Cindy Portier, Denzel Washington, the range, even outside of films. Like, think about Denzel when he does interviews. What resonates with you? Like his wisdom. Okay, so now think about the people in her generation. Who is living wisdom? Who is like feeding their community, and not as like money, but like with knowledge? Like, who is pouring back? Who is paying it forward?
Honestly, if you can ask me, I would say Zendaya, because she's in a lot of like movies and TV shows, and she's really like the big, like her name right now is really a big person, because a lot of people see her like she's in TV shows, movies. The movie she did with that guy on Netflix, I forgot the movie.
You know what? That's Denzel's son.
Yeah, that was a good movie. And she did a good job in it.
She did do a good job. Yep. Zendaya is being groomed.
I would say Zendaya's really I would, like, Mom, when you ask me that, I would say Zendaya. 100%.
I like that answer. Zendaya is a very positive role model. She's killing it in fashion. And when it's time for her to speak up about other things, she does speak up. And yeah, I would agree with you. For the molding of your generation, Zendaya does feed her community. So that was a good one.
So our main topic, sorry guys, we did talk a lot about this. Our main topic is pretty much COVID a lot. Like, we're talking about, are we ever going on lockdown again? Or, the things with, the new strand of COVID, and then, the cases rising. So what are your guys' opinion on the rising of the COVID cases?
So for me, being a parent and also working in the medical field, I see both. Both Adea's father and myself work in the medical field. So we knew, I feel like, and this is my honest opinion, I'm just being honest, I feel like, one, they're hiding a lot of stuff. My husband works on the floor, so he saw for a long time how many people were actually getting it, being admitted. I work on more of a customer service end, so I've seen a lot of people getting it, being admitted, changing, things. I personally think that if Cuomo was still governor, mayor, whatever, if he was still around, we would be on lockdown. And I feel like, because he's not, our wonderful governor is doing what he wants. At the end of the day, it's money. It's money for the medical field. It's money for the educational field. It's money for those in higher ups. Everything in America, to me, boils down to the almighty dollar. And the Bible says the love of money, not money itself. The love of money is the root of all evil, and we need to shut down. I don't feel comfortable with my kid going to school. I have wrote recently on, I think it was the Board of Education, and I was like, you give them the option to vaccinate or not. Parents have an option of vaccinating their kid or not. They have the option of getting tested once a week. Everyone's not doing that. I've signed my kids up. So give us an option to go remote. Because honestly, until the school shuts down, them kids gonna keep bringing it. Gonna bring it. That's just my opinion. And I think the numbers are, people don't understand how serious it is. Yes, we are vaccinated. Vaccination does not mean cure. Vaccination is just that. It's a vaccination. Just like when you go for your flu shot. So don't think, okay, I got vaccinated, it's never going to touch me. No, it will. However, to make it less, let's do the proper steps. And I've been posting on my social media a lot. People in the medical field, each one teach one. People don't understand. I may be vaccinated, but I may have a stuffy nose. Joe may not. Joe may have no taste. I may taste. It's different for everyone, and not knowing, I think is the problem. It's the not knowing.
For example, for her, like when she's saying, I'm vaccinated and I didn't think that I would ever get COVID, but I end up getting it positive. I just didn't have symptoms. So even though I didn't have symptoms, I still had to quarantine because even if I went to work, someone that's next to me that's not asymptomatic, I could have passed it and they could have symptoms or still be sick because they're not vaccinated. So it's two different things.
Yeah. And like I was saying, before, if your mother never said, you know what, we're going to get tested because, you know, whatever her reasoning was for testing you guys, you would have never known. And that is the problem, that we just don't know because you're asymptomatic. We just don't know. I work in the education field, and we weren't going to shut down. And we weren't going to shut down because, you know, they want to keep the doors open. And it's not the superintendents that want to keep the doors open. They would like to, after coming from the break, they said, you know, smart thing is you come in from a break, people are with their families. How about we keep everybody home? Because we're human. Teachers are human too. Keep everybody home, quarantine for 2 weeks. That's not it was forced. We have to open. We want the kids in the building. I was only in the building one day, and my building was 25% of teachers absent, and in my district, probably 98% of us are vaccinated. So that tells you this variant is it's no joke. It's it's not as complicated as the other variants, as far as respiratory and stuff like that, but it's like a common cold, so it's more contagious. And actually, it doesn't really matter if you have your mask on. Like, if you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it. But that's why it's more dangerous, and that's why we want to.
And honestly, with that, I think that's because of the new strand, Omicron. I think now with that, you have that mixed in with the old COVID. Because they were saying before, even though people are getting vaccinated, not a lot of people are getting vaccinated, which is why we still have COVID. So you have the old COVID mixed in with Omicron. So it's like you still have COVID passed down. So I looked on Google and I searched up what Omicron is. And they got the name of it's like a urban name. And it just said that it's Omicron. It's like more, they're trying to find out more about it, but it's like COVID still, but it's just more deadlier, I guess. Then they said there's approximately 95% of cases now. And then as of January 5th, there's a lot of cases. There's 705,264 new cases in the world with it being any COVID. And when I looked at that, I was like, wow, I just feel like I get our president, I get Biden. I just feel like he needed to say, oh, we need to go on lockdown. These are so many cases. A lot of these people are vaccinated, not vaccinated. I think it doesn't matter. We just need to shut down because it doesn't matter where it came from. It's just everyone's getting sick. Everyone's dying. Everyone's vaccinated, not vaccinated. People are passing it to everyone. And like I said, it's just the fact that a lot of people got COVID that didn't have COVID before in the new year. 2022 hit and it was just boom, you have COVID. You're positive, you're positive, you're positive, you're negative, you're positive. Like me, I got tested twice in 1 week and a week after I got tested and they were both negative. So then I got tested again and it came back positive. So for me, it was I'm confused. How am I positive now when I was just negative and I get tested every day? But I realized, even though I'm vaccinated, I still need to take the precaution of just staying home. I do miss being outside.
If anybody noticed, I was telling Day, I'm even the grocery stores, they used to take the carts, wipe them all down before you could use them. Little things. The movie theater, when you would go to the movie, they would make sure that the seat next on your left and your right was empty. They stopped doing that. There's little things that we stopped doing once we were all, we're getting vaccinated. But those are things that we have to continue to do. Washing your hands, doing Perel. Like, there's still Perel on the shelf. There's still Lysol on the shelf. There's still, so no one's going as hard as they did before to keep everything so clean and wonderful. So it's still passing. I also made a joke. I was like, I feel like when you get tested, they test the whole family and they just pick one out the family. Like, oh, you're positive. Because all of us got tested. Me, my husband, my son, and Daya. Daya's the only one that came back positive.
And I made a post on my Snapchat about that. I did. I said it's crazy how my boyfriend, my family, and my household are negative, and I'm the only one that's positive.
And I was watching you guys. We did a run through before. They don't got no mask on. You guys are all in and out of each other's spaces.
Well, technically, she's done.
Oh, she's done. Okay.
She's done with her 5 days. Oh, girl, she was in that room on lockdown. She had a table outside. We would knock on the door for her to come get her food. When she used the bathroom, she had to wipe down everything with her Clorox. She used her gloves.
Oh, okay.
We did all the, the things, because I've had COVID, and we did all the things that was necessary. But, everyone doesn't do that. Like, I had people, like, I wrote when school first started, I said, my kids aren't going back. We were exposed and to someone that tested positive, and we're going to do what we need to do. I wrote all her teachers, the principals, everyone, both her and my son. And the response I got back was so overwhelming. They were like, thank you. We appreciate it. Like, thank you for keeping us safe. Like, and don't get me wrong, I've been that parent. Like, look, y'all say go to school. We'll see, if it's wrong, the nurse will let you know. But we're in different times. This is deadly. This ain't just a common cold or strep throat. I remember their pediatrician, when I took them, she said when they had polio, that was like one of the big things back way back in the day before I was born, Joe, anyone. And she said what they did was they lined them up in the gym. They didn't ask their parents anything. And everybody got vaccinated. And I think with the freedom and the new age and all these little things that weren't there, we've gotten vaccinations. My mother-in-law said it. They take your baby as soon as you have it and bring it somewhere. You don't know what they're doing to your child. But because everybody's so, I guess, being aware and being unaware is kind of told. You get what I mean? Like what I'm saying?
It's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Because we have our friend Google and the internet, and everything is at our fingertips. Like, all information is now we research. Like, we don't want to, like, now people are not cutting the umbilical cord. Now we don't want to give up our placenta. We don't want to vaccinate our kids because we can research the side effects and, all this stuff. And they're like, no, we want our kids to be, to have all this nutrients and all this other stuff. But like before, they didn't know that stuff. Now we have everything at our fingertips, and we research the heck out of everything. It's a gift and a curse, because sometimes all that research, it makes us become paranoid, and it gives us it makes us think of what do they call those scenarios? Not the worst scenario. It's like say it again.
The opposite.
Did you say it? No, it's like I think it's a P word. I don't know. It's when like you're not paranoid. You're always thinking about it's not a P word. It's conspiracy. Now we've become conspiracy theorists. Like, we always think something's up. And the one thing that I observed about this presidency, like, I'm done talking about like bad president, good president. But one thing is, like, you never know what you're going to do until you get in those shoes. And, Big B was so like, Biden was like, so like, shut it down, wear your mask and da-da-da-da. Now you're the head honcho. Now you see how this whole world, this United States works. And it's not easy to shut this bad boy down. It's not easy. And them numbers are spiked. I don't know if these numbers are higher than when it was when we first had COVID, but I don't see you trying to shut this down and sprinkle sanitizing or whatever disinfecting spray around the nation. I don't see you doing that, Big B, and I'm not going to knock you for it. I get it. It's not easy to shut it down. It's higher? Right.
than what we had when we had COVID.
Because
and not
it's
even funny, New York needs to shut down. They need to shut down. New York is like